Well, we've been involved in this, the black vulture issue for almost a decade now. We were the organization that went to Washington, D.C. and convened a hearing with Congressman Jason Smith as well as other legislative leaders throughout the country to bring recognition to this. It has definitely increased over the last few years as these birds continue to stay longer and not migrate. They're continuing to move further north. So it used to be we only heard from pockets of membership down in southeast Missouri and southwest, but now here in the Ozarks and even farther north, you're hearing more about the depredation.
Recently in the pasture we're standing, we had a problem with black vultures, and so what I did at that time to mitigate the problem was to use my UTV and harass them to drive them off. Then I got in touch with Davin Altoff at Farm Bureau, and Davin made it really painless to get the permit, and now we can take those by any means possible to mitigate the problem here on our farm.
There's a lot of different techniques and strategies that you can use to harass the birds in a non-lethal way to get rid of them. Effigies, hanging dead birds in a tree works, that's effective. You can get those effigies through the USDA, or you can get a permit, kill one, and do that yourself. You can also cut down roosting trees that are a habitat for these birds. If you see a lot of birds in one tree, it's time for that tree to go. Eliminate that habitat. So there's a lot of things that you can do in addition to getting that permit to help mitigate the issue. Very important for people to get their permits like Chuck has and to work with Farm Bureau. We worked really hard to make sure that Farm Bureau were able to be the organization that distributed those permits because of their county offices, and so people need to take advantage of that. I will add that, vultures in general are very important to our ecosystem. Cleaning up the dead animals is extremely important. The turkey vultures do a good job of that, so do the black vultures, but the black vultures have become more aggressive. Our mission is not to eradicate birds. Our mission is to help farm and ranch families prevent economic devastation, which can make the difference between the black line or the red line in a financial year.
If they do land and they do harvest a newborn calf, the problem is economic, obviously. $1,000 to $1,500 when that calf's weaned is what they're worth now. Not only that, perhaps the mindset that it leaves the producer with. It gets pretty frustrating, when you lose one. If you can find a way to mitigate it by harassment or whatever means possible to keep them out of here, then you avoid that frustration that comes on. You just got to be diligent. When you know the calving season's the time for them to come, then you've got to be out there checking. You just got to be.